Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and this is a word of caution regarding watching pick a card love readings. So while there is nothing inherently wrong with wanting to know where you stand with the love interest on your mind, the reason why you're wanting to know where you stand with them matters greatly, as it can greatly impact your mental and emotional well-being. So a very good question to ask yourself when it comes to why you're watching pick a card love readings is, am I simply curious or am I actually clinging? Holding on to hope isn't always a good thing, especially if it's keeping you stuck in limerence or in codependence. The last thing I want to do is to enable limerence and codependence with the content that I create. I want to help you create a life in which you're truly thriving, not keep you stuck in survival mode. And I know how it all works because I've been there. So this is where grace, knowledge, understanding, and compassion come in. It's okay if the only way you're able to self-soothe in this moment is by way of participating in coping mechanisms, distractions, and the like. As long as you're also doing yourself a favor by learning how to heal the wounding that has been fueling any limerence and or codependent patterns that you might have. My promise to you is that as you heal the wounding, your dependency on your SP, which means specific person, aka the person on your mind, or your ex, will begin to dissolve naturally, to the point where you're not even curious about what they're thinking and how they're feeling about you anymore. I know this to be true from personal experience. When you're ready to start healing the wounding, I have some amazing resources to get you going. My personal recommendation is to start with 2 videos, how to stop manifesting separation, and then the other one is called Releasing the Wants. Both videos will be linked in the description box below. My heart is always with you guys, and with that I bid you more happy viewing. Love, Michelle. Hey Pile 1, welcome back to my channel. We are doing another pick a card love reading. What we're doing today is finding out if you and the love interest on your mind are going to end up together. Okay, will you end up in a committed relationship with them? Will it end in marriage? Yeah, that's what we're looking into, all right, you guys? So, Pile 1, just a reminder, it's a general reading. So if whatever resonates, you can take it, run with it. If something doesn't resonate, you can drop it, leave it behind for the people that it does resonate for. As always, I have personal readings available if you would like for me to tap into the energy of you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below for booking details. You can even ask this specific question regarding you and your person. There's a 3 questions reading that you can book. That's $25, and that can be one of your questions. Will me and my person end up together? Okay. All right, Pile 1, you guys were drawn to, I believe this is Red Jasper. Yeah, the Red Jasper skull. Okay. Let's get the overall energies in. Don't mind my son in the background. He's home from work today. It's his day off, and he is gaming. Okay, let's see. Will you and your person end up together? All right. So we have very soon, it says clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. We also have justice showing up with ametrine. Boundaries says no more enabling, feeling used, setting healthy boundaries. Snooping says online snooping, still not over you, secretly checking you out. Okay. And then we're also going to find out what your person's thoughts and feelings are towards, having a commitment with you, marrying you, things of that nature. I'll be honest, the energy is coming out on the board, especially because we have ametrine here, which is a mixture of amethyst and citrine. This largely feels like it's kind of ambiguous, okay? The answer is ambiguous. It's literally like, is that what you want? Do you want to end up in a committed relationship with this person? Do you want to marry this person? Because, and this pile might be for those of my viewers where, you are clued in to the power and the magic, the magical ability of manifestation, being able to manifest the experience that you desire. Okay, this is what ametrine looks like. You can barely see the citrine in there, but it's amethyst and citrine. And so, you know, the message that's coming through about whether or not you and your person are going to end up together in some kind of a committed long-term relationship, the answer is it depends on you. We have boundaries here, so really I'm just going to speak to those of you, I'm just going to speak to you as if you are familiar with the concept of being able to manifest your heart's desire, even a specific person, okay? If you don't know how to do that, you've never even heard of that, that's never even crossed your mind. First of all, yeah, you can actually, you can manifest you can actually manifest in a specific person. Okay, I did it. There's a whole community of people, hundreds of thousands of people that are actually doing it. And so yes, you can actually manifest in a specific person. Okay, and you can manifest versions of that person where you can end up in, you know, a healthy, committed relationship that feels safe to you and safe to your mind and safe to your heart. Okay, if you don't know how to do that, what that is all about, check the description box below. I have another channel. It was formerly called Your Wish Fulfilled. I changed it to the Synergy Effect with Michelle Estrada. There's 2 different videos also linked in the description box. One of them is called How to Stop Manifesting Separation. And then the other video is called Releasing the Wants, which is the process by which to do that. Okay, start there. If you're new to the concept of being able to manifest in a specific person and a specific kind of relationship dynamic with that person, yes, it is very possible. Okay, lots of people are doing it. So pile 1, will you and your person end up together? This is all dependent on you. There is a caveat coming through, though. It says, you know, no more enabling, feeling used, and setting healthy boundaries. Like, if your specific person, pile 1, the person on your mind, is showing up in a way that is not honoring or respecting you, right? There's a version, you know, they're showing up as a version of themselves where you don't want to be in a connection with that person. And we'll get to clarifying here in a minute. And this is even saying, like, the message I'm picking up from this pile 1 is set some healthy boundaries with yourself when it comes to this person. If you're like constantly checking their social media, or this could even be constantly just checking the 3D, right? To see if your manifestation is happening, you need to set some boundaries with yourself, okay? And literally stop doing that. Right now, you could be manifesting separation with you and your person just by way of like what you're focusing on. So if you're focused on the fact that you and your person are not together, if you're focused on the fact that your person might be with a third party, I'm not saying that they are, I'm just throwing some stuff out there. If you're focused on what it is about this person, or what, you know, if you're focused on what you're not getting from this person, you're going to continue to create more of what you don't want, because you're creating what you focus on, right? Regardless of what you're feeling. So be very mindful, pile 1, of what you're focusing on. The more you continue to focus on what you don't want, you're going to continue to create more of that. So if you're focused on the fact that you and your person haven't talked, if you're focused on the fact that there's a lot of distance between the two of you, if you're focused on the fact that, you know, they're not showing up for you the way that you want them to, you're going to get more of that, because that is what you're focused on, okay? If you're constantly checking social media to see, you know, if they broke up with so-and-so, you know, are they still with so-and-so, you're going to get more of that. So be very careful about what you are focusing on, okay? Yeah, with very soon, but what's really catching my eye with this pile 1 is says clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So, you know, yeah, you might consciously be deciding, I want my person to be with me, I want them to commit to me, I want them to marry me, but the universe isn't responding to quote unquote, what you want. It's responding to what you're focusing on. Yeah, you want, a steak, right? But all you're focused on is the empty space here. It's like, I don't have a steak though. That's what you're focused on. So that's how you're going to, that's how you tell the universe, or that's how you tell, whatever, that what to create for you. Okay, what your attention is focused on, what you're focused on. That's how you decide what you want. Okay, you decide what you want by way of where your focus is maintained. You maintain that focus on your desired end result. Okay, so that's how you clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Anything to add for justice? Okay, it's talking about karma. And in this instance, pile one, what karma is talking about, the way I'm seeing it in the context of this reading, is you're going to get more of what you're putting out. Okay, and of course, what you're putting out is what you're staying focused on. Okay, that's what justice is. And so, yeah, this reading is, like I said, it's very ambiguous because there's not a clear yes or no answer, because literally, pile one, it all depends on you. If you want a committed relationship with your person, if you want your person to marry you, if you want your person to take you seriously, if you want them to ditch third parties, if whatever the case may be, that's what you need to stay focused on instead of staying focused on whatever the opposite may be. All right, you guys. Let's see. Clarify boundaries. Oh, yeah. Okay. The Two of Wands. Oh, and I love the fact that we have the Two of Wands here with the Page of Wands, because it's almost like, yeah, set some boundaries. Get very clear on what it is that you're wanting, the experience that you're wanting to have with your person, okay? With the Two of Wands, it's like literally figure it out, okay? Then you decide by way of choosing what you're going to stay focused on. That's how you decide. The Page of Wands is like, with boundaries, adopt an air of curiosity. This is boundaries with yourself. Yes, it's boundaries with your person, but this is more boundaries with yourself. If something, and I get it. I know that sometimes, there is such a thing as like the subconscious and the unconscious, right? And when our nervous systems are primed with fear, and primarily fear, if your nervous system is primed with fear, then, and especially when an old story is activated and that story is spinning, our focus does get hijacked, doesn't it? And so I know that in the moment when an old story is triggered, and what I mean by that is, if you just so happen to bump into your, the person on your mind, or you just so happen to find out or hear some disappointing news, and that automatically triggers a story, and it stirs up all kinds of really difficult and challenging feelings. Again, go check out those other videos, because I'm not going to get too much into it in this context, but there's a reason why that's happening. And you're not at fault for your nervous system, hijacking your focus. It does that for a reason. That's a fight or flight mode, right? But you can take control of the wheel. And there's a process and a method by which you can do that, okay? And that's the process and the method by which you can do that is what I just shared with you earlier. Those videos in the description box below and my other channel. And just know that when you're feeling when your nervous system is feeling activated, when you're spinning out emotionally and mentally, because you may have found out something that's really disappointing or hurtful, or it triggers abandonment wounds and attachment issues and stuff like that. As you begin to clear out all of that energy that is keeping that old story activated and anchored in your nervous system, it's going to be a lot easier for you to hold the vision of the end result that you're wanting to experience, even as old stories might get triggered and playing out, okay? Because, you know, what you'll find out as you learn how to manifest specific, you know, just whatever, specific experiences in your life, doubts and fears are they're lies, right? As long as you maintain your focus on what it is you're wanting to experience, you will inevitably obtain that which you're focused on, okay? It's just you have to be aware of what is hijacking your focus. I hope that makes sense, all right? That's why the curiosity with the Page of, that's the energy that I'm getting from the Page of Wands here. Just adopt an air of curiosity as you start to, you know, set boundaries with yourself and even set boundaries with the person on your mind. And if the person on your mind is not an active participant in your life at the moment, then this is you, like, starting to set boundaries with yourself. Like, okay, we're not going to focus on that anymore. If a story pops up, right, if a trigger gets activated, yes, you're going to deal with that. You know, healing abandonment wounds and attachment issues, you don't heal those by trying to avoid them. You meet them head on, okay? And so that's for that. What's going on with snooping here? Why is snooping here? Yeah, with the Page of Wands. I'm sorry, the Page of Swords in the reverse is literally like, get off your person's social media, pile one. Just stop it, okay? And for those of you where you're not checking, like, maybe their social media, there's something about you being in your person's business, and it could just be mentally in your person's business, just trying to figure out what are they doing, what are they up to, who are they with, why aren't they calling me? Like, get out of your person's business and come back to your own and set boundaries with yourself about where you're maintaining your focus, okay? But for a lot of you, this is literal. Like, you know, the Page of Swords in the upright position often talks about online activities, spying on somebody. This is so literal and so direct. I mean, it's like, stop doing that, because that's one of the ways you're literally allowing your focus to get hijacked, and you're focusing on the wrong thing. All right, pile one. Yeah, so let's find out what your person's thoughts and feelings are about a commitment with you, ending up with you, marrying you, etc. Your person's current thoughts and feelings regarding ending up with you, committing to you, marrying you. Pile one's person, I know you. Okay, see, they know that you love them. They know that. What I'm hearing is, pile one, do you know that? Do you know that your person loves you? Okay, again, we're talking about taking control of the wheel in terms of your focus. Okay, where's your attention at? Okay, I feel so foolish for fumbling you. Let's get one more. Yeah, your person, you know, when they, like, only good thoughts and good feelings are coming through on your person's end. But look at the bottom of the deck. It says shutting down. Yeah, they can see how you would be a good romantic partner long term, how you would be a great girlfriend, great boyfriend, great significant other, even a great spouse, right? There's even aspects here of them kind of kicking themselves a little bit for, you know, for fumbling this, you know, for letting a good thing go. But there's something about your person shutting down. Again, if this is what you're focused on about your person, you need to change your focus. You got to set some boundaries with yourself and not allow yourself to focus on your person, the version of your person that you're not wanting to experience, okay? Because when you think about it, you know, when you think about the kind of connection with your person that is ideal for you, they're going to be showing up in a whole completely different version, right? It's going to, you know, I would think that if you're, you know, dreaming up the ideal reality or experience with your person, it's not going to be them coming back in only to give you more of the same, right? There's a fantasy version of your person that you have in mind as far as like you and them ending up together. That's what you need to stay focused on is, and we're not using fantasy in a delusional sense here. There's when you think about the relationship that you prefer, we'll put it that way, right? Versus the version of your person that you're experiencing now, it's probably like night and day. And what the energy that's coming through is to focus on, to keep your focus and your attention on the reality or the experience, the end result, the desired end result that you want to have with your person, instead of allowing your nervous system to hijack your focus to keep your attention anchored on the version of them that you don't want, because that's what you're continuing to create more of, is experience with your person that you're not wanting to have. Okay. All right. So, there is a little bit of energy here, pile one, where your person can see themselves with you, but they're shutting down towards it, okay? You can help them out with that by focusing on a version of them where they're not shutting down towards that, where they are, receptive and open to, a heart-based connection with you, monogamy with you, long-term, commitment with you, things of that nature. All right, you guys. Yeah, and then if you are constantly focused on, say, like if you think your person is like an avoidant attachment and that's where you're focused on, be very careful. Sorry. And your person may not be very expressive too, because my throat's closing up. And I haven't had this problem all morning. Oh my gosh. Yeah, be very careful about how you talk about your person. Pile one, be very careful about how you identify your person, because that's not only how you create yourself, but that's how you create the reality around you. So if you're constantly saying my person is avoidant, my person is emotionally unavailable, my person is this, that, and the other, that's where your focus is at, and that's why you're continuing to create more experiences of them in that manner. Okay. All right, you guys, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If this resonated, if it helped you out at all, if it added to your quality of life in any way, be sure that you're taking a moment, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to show your thanks, as well as energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Hit the subscription or the subscribe button to become part of the family, as well as the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys. What's going on, pile two? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We're doing another Pick a Card Love reading. This time we are looking into whether or not you and your person are going to end up together. Are you guys going to end up together in a long-term commitment or marriage, or what the case may be? So just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general reading, so anything that resonates, take it, run with it. If something doesn't resonate, just drop it, leave it behind for the people that it does resonate for. I do have personal readings available if you would like for me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person's connection. All the booking details are in the description box below. There are a lot of $25 readings available in the specific person category, so go check them out. All right. Pile two, you guys were drawn to the tiger eye skull. Let's get the overall energy of your person. If you're going to end up with them long term, we have love yourself first. We have the Two of Cups in the upright position. That's beautiful energy. We have addiction. This is bad habits, addicted to sex, drinking, etc., destructive behavior. Half-truth. Okay, so there's definitely something getting in the way of you and your person ending up together long term. Okay, we'll find out what it is, and it may be, You know, because we have the beautiful energy here of the Two of Cups. We'll find out what's going on with the addiction. Now, I will say, hold on. So Half Truth says, seeing only one side, covering up something, sugarcoating the truth. Love yourself first says your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. This almost feels like a yes, but I will say the energy is more heavily kind of tilted in the no direction. You know, or like a not at this time. Let me find out what's going on because I'm being thrown off by the Two of Cups. Actually, let me find out what their thoughts and feelings are real quick. I'm hearing bad boy. There's some bad boy energies coming through. Yeah, this feels like your person, pile 2, is the one that is dealing with some self-destructive, I'm hearing bad boy behavior. Of course, this is a general reading, so if that doesn't resonate, just, you know, apply it as you see fit, right? I'm hearing the energy that's coming through with Half Truth is you're not seeing the whole picture. Pile 2, about this person. Oh, okay. So there's some energies here about, there's something you're not seeing about your person, or something you're not understanding. There's something you're not seeing the overall picture, because if you were, this may not be the person you would want to end up with, okay? Let's continue on. Pile 2's person. Yeah, so we have I'm distracted. Can we be friends? Not for the foreseeable future. Yeah. Okay. I will say there's, and then at the back of the deck it says, I question your love for me. Your person, pile 2, is they are in a very self-sabotaging behavior. They may even, you know, have an actual addiction to something, you know, alcohol, narcotics. It could even be, you know, sex, or just addicted to, you know, third parties, or, you know, external validation, stuff like that. Just destructive behavior. Overall, the energy is like you're not seeing the whole truth about this person. You're not seeing the full picture. That's why we have love yourself first, because what I'm hearing is that if you were to have a long-term commitment with this person, you wouldn't be happy. There would be something about this person, their behavior, their outlook on life, the way they show up or not show up. It would feel, it's like you may think that you're unhappy now, or whatever the case may be, but it's like you would be unhappy with them as well. Let me find out what's going on with the Two of Cups. Excuse me, you guys. When it comes to a romantic connection, it's almost, your person wants to keep this connection casual. That's where they like it. There's not a lot of accountability in those kinds of dynamics, which your person is, you know, that's kind of what they're wanting, because they are, you know, it's very difficult in close, intimate relationships to keep someone from seeing who you are, you know, full scale, right? And your person, for whatever reason, is not wanting you to see them for who and what they really are. And so that's why, you know, they thrive. Your person thrives more in very casual dynamics, because who they are as a person at this point in time is just not somebody that does very well in very tight-knit connections, unless, you know, unless those connections are with people who are like them, people that are, you know, also delving headlong into very self-destructive lifestyles and behaviors, okay? Your person at this point in time, pile 2, they're just not, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, future spouse material. They're just not. With the 2 of Cups here, and that doesn't necessarily have to represent romantic love, because your person is saying, can we be friends? And so they do see you as somebody that they get along with, that they enjoy some time with. You know, the 2 of you have some kind of chemistry together. But it feels like your person isn't allowing things to go any deeper than that. Even if you guys have gone there sexually, you know, it's more on a surface level. Your person is not allowing you to get really close to them, pile 2. And the reason being is because your person doesn't want you to see who they really are, because who they really are is a mess. Okay, that's what they're feeling anyway. You might already know all this about your person, but there's something about, I feel like they're hiding from you, or they're trying to hide from you. Maybe you have an idea of what they're like, but you haven't actually experienced it yourself, you know, because we can know something, but until we actually experience it, it's a whole different ball game once we're faced, you know, once we're face to face with it. Your person seems to know that. And so the scenario that I'm getting, pile 2, and it's just an example, but to kind of give you, you know, an idea of what's coming through, is you might know that your person has a drinking problem, or you might know that your person, you know, is a recovering whatever, right? And you might think that you would be able to maybe, you know, handle that with them in terms of like, okay, maybe I can help them through, you know, getting clean, or what the case may be. But your person is like having an idea of what they are versus actually experiencing it. What's coming through is your person feels very, they don't want you to see the ugliness of that. They don't want you to see them get blackout drunk. They don't want you to see them get so high that they pass out. They don't want you, you know what I mean? There's something about you getting so close to them that you actually experience them in the midst of their destructive behavior. They don't want you to get that close to them. Now, the 2 of Cups can talk about two people being on the same page, and so there is almost an ideal here, like, you know, in a perfect land or in a perfect world, you know, and this is coming from your person because the 2 of you are on the same page about this. That's what I'm getting with the 2 of Cups. It's like, you know, ideally and in a perfect world, you and your person would end up together, right? This is where your person is at too. They're feeling and thinking the same way. And it feels like maybe your person is being a little bit more realistic and thinking things in a more logical manner than you are. And it could just be because they're the ones that are kind of stuck in this very self-destructive pattern. So, you know, overall, the energy that's coming through, it's like in the energy of where your person is at now, no, you're not going to be ending up together unless and until they get this energy under wraps. They heal from this, the addiction, whatever that may be. Bad habits, drinking, narcotics, sex. You know, you see what I'm saying? There might be some wounding, some deep wounding that, and of course that's, you know, trauma is always the catalyst for very addictive behaviors. And so with I question your love for me showing up at the bottom of the deck, this feels more unconscious and subconscious to your person. you might be saying all the right things, and very well it could be coming from a very genuine space. You know, you showing up for them, you saying that you love them, and meaning every single ounce of it. And your person has a hard time believing it because they have a hard time loving themselves. They have a hard time of seeing themselves as lovable. So there definitely is some kind of wounding at work here, because that's why people get lost in self-destructive, addictive behaviors in the first place. I think they say trauma is the gateway drug to addiction, period, regardless of what the addiction is. And that's really where your person is coming from. Let's clarify, though. Clarify Two of Cups. They want to end up with you, pile 2. They do. And they're being very realistic about the logistics of it. You know, they're seeing themselves as like a fish and you as a bird, and they're like, you know, at this point in time anyway, because of this right here, the addiction, right? And they're, you know, logistically they're saying, how can two different people with two different ways of living and seeing the world and dealing with things coexist in a peaceful relationship? And so, is there anything else to add for the Two of Cups here? Maybe not. Yeah, I was just channeling all that information because nothing else is coming out. All right, pile 2, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If this resonated, please do me a favor. Smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to show your appreciation, as well as energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to become part of the family. And also so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, pile 2. Pile 3, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We're doing another Pick a Card Love reading. We are checking in to whether or not you and your person are going to end up together, be it a long-term committed relationship and or maybe even marriage. Just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general reading, so if it resonates, definitely take it, run with it. If something pops up in the reading that just doesn't resonate at all, just leave it behind for the people for whom it does resonate. I do have personal readings available for those of you that would like for me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below for the booking details. There are a lot of $25 readings available in the specific person category. All right, you guys? Okay, so pile 3, you guys were drawn to the moss agate skull. Let's get the overall energies of if you guys are going to end up together. Okay, so right off the bat, we got engagement. It says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And then we have the 5 of Swords showing up in the reverse. We have divine intervention. I think I see where this is going. Okay, this is angels are helping, trust the divine plan, believe in miracles. And then floating says on cloud 9, it feels like a dream, head over heels in love. You guys, this is yes. You guys, you and your person, pile 3, are definitely going to be ending up together. Regardless of what the circumstances or what the situation is now. And some of you may be like, you know, oh, that would be that would be a miracle. And literally it says believe in miracles, okay? Because something is happening. And okay, so it does feel like maybe there has been some interference in this connection ending up in something more committed, something more solid, something, I'm hearing reputable, something more reputable, okay? And it looks like you guys have some help coming in. Some of you, I'm hearing your ancestors are helping out here. Spirit guides, you know, God, source, whatever the case may be. Definitely, you know, the higher selves of yourself and your the person that's on your mind. We got the Five of Swords showing up in the reverse. And so I feel like that's where the divine intervention is coming in. Whatever the Five of Swords energy is that has been creating interference between you and your person ending up together, that divine intervention is coming in, neutralizing out that energy, okay? Because, you know, I feel like it's night and day. I'm seeing a very spot on, like a contrast, you know, black and white, like the way that things are right now, are going to be like night and day to the experience that you're going to be having with your person when the two of you do end up together in a very tight-knit, I'm hearing tight-knit monogamous connection, okay? Of course, this is, you know, a general reading, so at the very least, you and your person are going to end up together in some kind of a long-term commitment. Some of you, though, are going to be ending up even engaged, okay? So engagement in this context is definitely talking about ending up in something more official, making it official. So this is emphatic yes, okay? There's nothing gray about this reading at all. This is like, yes, of course, definitely. You and your person are definitely going to be ending up together. But let's find out more. Let's get a little bit more deeper here. Pile three's person, your thoughts and feelings about ending up with pile three in a long-term committed relationship. Something long-term committed. Okay. Your thoughts and feelings about ending up in something long-term official. Ending up in something official. I'm waiting for the right time. Okay. Your thoughts and feelings about ending up in something more official. I refuse to fall in love and catch feelings, period. We'll find out what that's about. If you guys are waiting, and then I just seen my heart belongs to you at the back of the deck, okay? If you guys are waiting for some kind of a text or a message from your person, that should be coming here pretty soon. My phone hasn't gone off all day, and it did during your reading, so I take all of that as part of the reading. I will say, okay, I get it. Your person has been very, very, very resistant to making this official with you, okay? That might be where the Five of Swords energy is coming in. It's showing up in the reverse position, but I can pick up where it was in the upright. Your person may have been seeing romantic relationships, long-term relationships, marriage as something that was just filled with nothing but conflict, you know. It doesn't necessarily have to be tied. Like for some of you, it could be a third party influence that might have been getting in the way. For many of you, though, this is just your what's been getting in the way, and I feel like the divine intervention is where that's helping, you know, neutralizing, is your person's outlook on romance, outlook on marriage, outlook on just committed relationships in general. For your person up until this point, pile three, your person has been seeing commitment as something that is limiting, something that, you know, takes away their peace and their freedom for whatever reason. But we do have divine intervention coming in here, helping your person to neutralize that energy, helping your person to look at, you know, commitment and marriage and long-term, you know, commitment as something more positive, you know. So if we were to come back and maybe do this reading, you know, maybe a little, like maybe next month or whatever, this Five of Swords could definitely change to something more, you know, loving, you know, maybe like a Four of Wands, or, you know, a Nine of Cups, or whatever the case may be, something more sweet, right? But right now, I can feel this shift in your person's energy happening. They're not quite convinced yet, okay? Your person's not quite convinced yet, but they are at least curious, okay? That's where the shift, it's almost like, you know, there's cracks in that facade that your person has, where it's like they've really dug their foot in and they're not gonna budge. And it's not that they refuse to fall in love and catch feelings, they refuse to surrender and submit to a romantic partner, because it could be because of an experience that they had, or just people form opinions of things either by way of personal direct experience, or just by maybe watching their parents or other people in their life have very chaotic, messy, relationships and stuff. And so, yeah, I can see why, for you, it might be like, oh, that would be a miracle if we would end up together and getting married, because it's literally coming up here. It's saying believe in miracles. And I can see why now, because your experience of your person up until this point, pile 3, has been someone where they weren't budging. I can see where they may have really enjoyed your company. The two of you, get along. Might even be some amazing chemistry, possibly even amazing chemistry in every area. And there was a fear associated with committing that your person was, holding on to for dear life. And that's why we got divine intervention, because, your person's higher self, your guys' ancestors, all of that good stuff can see, the outcome, the other side of your person surrendering to this connection, surrendering to you, receiving you in this connection, receiving love, and your person actually wants that. Your person actually wants that for themselves. Not just their higher self, but your person actually wants that for themselves. But there's a very deep-seated fear of losing their autonomy, losing their freedom, things getting really chaotic and messy and just mean-spirited and stuff like that. All right, pile 3. Let's see. Let's clarify real quick. Is there anything that wants to come through for 5 of Swords in the reverse? You want to tell me more about the 5 of Swords in the reverse? Yeah, okay. So energies are shifting in a good way, in a positive direction, because the 5 of Swords, when we look at the 5 of Swords in the upright position, that's like mean. That's mean-spirited. That's cutthroat. That's, kill or be killed kind of energy for me personally. And now the 5 of, Wands comes out, which is, it's conflict, it's competition. There might even be a little bit more struggle, but it's more competition than anything. It's not cutthroat, right? It's more fair and a little bit more balanced. But it is change, and your person might have some kind of an aversion to change. They definitely have an aversion to surrendering to romantic love, okay? But that energy is shifting, and it's shifting in stages, because, they went from the 5 of Swords in the upright position to the 5 of Swords in the reverse, and now we have the 5 of Wands showing up in the so the energy, that hold that the energy that your person is using to hold on to not trusting romantic, like tight, close romantic connection, is lessening, and it's shifting into something more positive. All right, something more trusting. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, believe in miracles, pile 3. It feels like it's it's coming. Are you and your person going to end up together? Definitely. Some of you are going to even end up engaged to your person to be married, okay? And the end result of that, it says, floating. It's going to feel like you're on cloud 9. It's going to feel like a dream. Both of you guys being head over heels in love with each other, which I feel like you guys already are, but your person hasn't yet yielded to that. They haven't surrendered to it. In fact, they've been fighting it tooth and nail, okay? But that is going to change, all right, you guys? Whew, pile 3, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If this resonated, if you enjoyed this reading, you can show your thanks and your appreciation by smashing that like button. It's also a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know what you thought about it. Smash the subscribe button so you become part of the family, as well as the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys.